In this video, we're going to process black and white film using traditional chemistry methods. Okay, I have Tri-X black and white professional film, 2 rolls. I'm going to load on the spools in my dark bag. Now, I'm going to take everything, put it in my dark bag. Zip it up. These are great if you don't have an actual dark room. So you can do this in a light safe environment. You can see I've got all the lights on normally in the house. And I'm going to load the film on the reels. First I have to pop the reels open with a little bottle opener that I have inside. Taken one of them open. I'm going to cut a straight edge on the film so I can load it on the reel without cutting my fingers off. Okay, I had to line the reel up. So there's some little teeth on the very inside of that reel that you hook the, because you know how the film has the little sprocket holes? You got to hook the little sprocket holes, so those little teeth, before you start rolling it on the reel. That's why you have to cut a straight edge, because if you've noticed when film, the front edge of it has that dovetail to it, the curve to it, you need to cut a straight edge so you can hook it on the sprockets. It's something I'll have to show at another time because you can't see it in the dark bag. And if I showed you right now, it would ruin my film, obviously. So I want to show this process because I learned black and white photography when I was in college, when I was in art school, and I've always loved the process. And I know everybody says these days you can just push a button and make it black and white. Yeah, that's great. And you know, if that's all you want, do it. But I do it for the process. I love the film. I love the texture. And I love being able to print on different papers with light. And to me, it's kind of on the same level as having vinyls, because it's got that warmth to it that you don't get when you do something digitally. But really, for me, it's all about the process. I love the end result, but you know, getting there through the process is what makes it so magical. Mm-hmm. There's something really, really magical about taking pictures and not being able to look at the screen on the back of the camera, mm-hmm. and having to use your imagination to know what you've got. Mm-hmm. That in itself is something that will teach you more about photography than anything you can understand when you're using a digital camera. And at this point here, I'm putting the lid on the processing tank. Everything's secure, both reels are in there. I'm taking my hands out of the dark bag, and I will show you the remnants. All right, so we have the tank. That's the little curved part of the film I was talking about. You have to cut that off. And there's one more film canister in here somewhere. I don't like finding those later. Ah, there we go. Voila. Film is loaded and ready for the darkroom magic. This is room temperature water that I'm going to use for the rinse bath between the developer and the fixer. It can be plus or minus 7 degrees. So it doesn't have to be exact. And this is at 64 degrees. We're going to get our developer water at 68 degrees because we need exactly 68 degrees for Tri-X. 400 is 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to get this at 68 degrees since we didn't have the room to put the graduated cylinder in the bathroom sink. There we go. Now, let's go back to the other room. So now we have our water at 68 degrees. I'm using the Ilford Ilfosol 3 film developer. Now, I know I'm doing Tri-X film today, but I prefer Ilford films. The film that I'm processing today is from my girlfriend, some leftover stuff that she used to have. So we need a 1:9 ratio, Tri-X 400. We're going to do 500 milliliters for this particular processing tank. So it's 1 part developer, 9 parts water. That mixture is ready. Let's check it with a thermometer just to be safe. So our developer is exactly 68 degrees. We are ready to start processing. So I'm going to pop the little lid off of the light safe processing tank, and I'm going to pour the developer in at a slight angle. We agitate once every minute. Here we go. Pour out the developer. Do a quick rinse bath. This is just water, room temperature. You hold it at an angle because there's a light trap in there. So you're pouring the water through it's kind of a right angle. Now we have fixer, and it's at room temperature. This fixture calls for 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to go a little bit over because I have used it a couple times just to make sure it's strong enough and permanently makes the film light safe.
Do you have to agitate it as many times, or like every minute or so like you did last time?
We're going to agitate 10 times every minute like we did with the developer.
Okay.
Okay, out with the fixer. And the film is light safe now. We can take the lid off.
on film how the lid works?
You can't really see it, but there's a lip, a light safe lip through there, and that's why you have to pour the water at an angle so it goes through that lip. I don't know if you can see that very well.
Yeah.
Now we're going to rinse the film for 10 minutes, and after which time we will put some photo flow on the film to reduce bubbles and spots. But the film is light safe at this point. There we have some pictures.
Cool.
I'm going to put this back on the spool.
You said we're gonna rinse this for 10 minutes?
We can let this rinse for 10 minutes and come back to it.
Okay.
Okay, the film has rinsed long enough. It doesn't take very much photo flow at all. You just want to get a couple drops in there. Some people actually use a dropper. Stick these in the film dryer. I'm going to turn it on. You want to see the setting, control knob. So we'll let that run for about 8 minutes. Okay. Thank you for watching my video on processing black and white film. Please check out my links, and thanks again for watching my video.